What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another Make It Work challenge. Today we are going to be doing the White Sox. This is a team that is terrible. Worst team in the league last year. Not better, not really much better this year. They do have a couple of bright spots. I mean, Colson Montgomery is a young shortstop. Kyle Teal is going to be a good potential future catcher. Grant Taylor is a decent closer, and Luis Robert is maybe going to be a good center fielder. Shane Smith is also here. That being said, though, they only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 12 players, unless I miscounted, that are B potential. No A potential players. A lot of C potential players, but that being said, you guys probably know the drill. This year, I'm not going to make any moves because the one thing I don't think I'm going to be touching much is the starting rotation. I'm just going to let these guys develop because they do have a lot of arms. Um, like Shane Smith, I feel like we could let some of these guys develop. Plus, we also have a couple of relief pitchers who are actually starters. Like Mike Clevenger, he's kind of old, so I don't think he'll develop, but in case he does, let's see who else. Um, Owen White, if he develops a little bit. So a lot of these guys that are technically starters could develop. They hit like the 70, 75, rating. You turn them into a starter, they're like an 85. So that being said, really is not much to work with here, but we are going to make it work. So that being said, I'm gonna sim to the end of the year, and then I'll sim to the All Star break, and we'll see how we're doing. All right, we are at the Home Run Derby. Obviously, none of our guys are going to be here. That's just, let's be honest with ourselves. That being said, who is our singular all-star? Hopefully it's like Kyle Teal. That would be the most ideal situation. Um, okay. It is Kyle Teal. He's hitting 300, which is very nice to see. 8 home runs, progressing very well. Anyone else? I doubt it. Yeah, it's not looking like it. That's fine. That being said, let's show you guys the draft class. Alright, we are making this deal at the deadline. Jacob Gonzalez, Miguel Santos, and Michael Turner. Kind of 3 players who are never going to reach the MLB. For Evan Carter, who develops very well. This is more like we're going to have him here, let him develop for a couple years, see how he does, and then if doesn't do it and we need him to do, we'll trade him. So, yeah, that's pretty much what this deal is. Alright, we're going to trade Corey Lee, Prelander Baroa, and Caleb Freeman for Leo Dallas DeVry. He's on the trade block, so get him, develop him, and then probably trade him away for something better. So, yeah. All right, we're going to trade Tyler Davis, Tanner McDougal, and Adam Hackenberg for Luke Stevenson. Same thing. He's on the trade block. We might as well try to get him and develop him a little bit. We're going to trade Wes Kath, Juan Carella, and Jacob Burke for Kendall George. Like I said, all of these players that we just traded for will eventually be turned into like elite level players, but we kind of need some trade pieces because this team doesn't have much. So we're going to make this deal. This will probably be the last one we make, so yeah. Alright, so we did have a phenomenal draft class. Definitely a lot of good trade value here, so I could see us maybe getting like 2 or 3 big name players next year. So, like I said, I don't think this is definitely not gonna be a 2-year type rebuild unless we can get like Aaron Judge and Vlad or something. But this should be pretty much year 3 we're done. So, that being said, let's finish off the year and see how we finish. All right, the season's over. We finished 70 and 92, which might have been a little too good. I mean, we were second to last in the AL. Oh, we were like, jeez. So we were like the 7th ranked, or 7th worst team, I guess you would say. Um, that being said, decent growth, but not crazy. I mean, Kyle Teal grew a ton, which is phenomenal. Um, yeah, but all around good growth. I did move Benintendi to first because his defense sucks. And I wanted to open up a spot for Evan Carter. So yeah, we moved him to first. Speaking of Evan Carter, he went up a ton all around. Very nice. 233, which is up a little bit. So yeah, definitely not as good as when he first came up, but it does a job. How did the few prospects that we had do? Like Hagen Smith up to a 73, Noah Schultz up to a 72, Gyro up to a 71. Very good growth from them. Edgar Quiero up to a 77. Great year of growth for him. Luke Stevenson up a couple. Tim Elko did not progress like at all, which is not good. Obviously, Brian Ramos and Curtis Mead both went up a couple overalls, which is good. Leo Dallas DeVries up a couple. He was actually in the MLB, which is crazy. Billy Carlson up a few, which is good. And then I think the last one we had was like, oh yeah, Kendall George up a couple. I mean, good growth from him. Braden Montgomery up a few. Like I said, a lot of these guys probably will not make an impact at the MLB level at all, but it's good to see some growth. Pause. So that being said, I'm gonna get to the offseason. I want to hopefully maybe sign like a Kyle Tucker or Bo Bichette, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're gonna trade Marcos Mendoza, Burks, and Dalton Roach for Vladimir Guerrero. I mean, they make him so easy to trade for in this game. So yeah, we're gonna make this deal. All right, we're gonna trade James Yang for Brent Rooker straight up. Yeah. All right, we're gonna trade Jonathan Cannon, Wickelman Gonzalez, and Wilfred Veras for Bryant Hobson and Damon Warner. I have too many players on the 40-man, and I'd rather trade them. So yeah, we're gonna get two prospects that might be flipped into something else in the future. So yeah. All right, the draft lottery is here. We have the 6th best odds at number 1. I'm fine in the top 10, just anywhere. It'd be nice to move up, but I really doubt that we do because, yeah, I never really have that luck. The Nationals won 48 games and got picked number 4. The Giants won 72 and got number 1. All right. All right, we do make our big signing the offseason. It is Kyle Tucker. Was it an overpay? Yeah, definitely. 100%. But, yeah, we get a elite hitter. So we're definitely going to obviously take that and run with it, I guess. So, yeah. All right, we are at the Home Run Derby. Kyle Tucker is having an amazing season, hitting 320, 28 tanks, 5.2 WAR, which is crazy because that's already one of the best of his career, and we're only at the All-Star break. And I just realized he basically just switched Chicago's, so he didn't have to move. That being said, though, we should have more than one All-Star, hopefully. Kyle Teal, Vladdy, and Kyle Tucker. Yeah, so the Kyles are doing very well. And Grant Taylor is also here. 28 and 5, not bad. Obviously, we saw Kyle Teal doing a job, Vladdy doing a job. Second base, no. Third base, no. Shortstop, no. Left field, no. Center field, no. And then Kyle Tucker in right, doing a job. So, George Springer also still doing a job. Good for him. But, yeah, I think I might make one move because, as you guys can see, we're 53 and 43. We are competing in this division, but I want to maybe take it to the next level. And I might do that by getting an elite starting pitcher just because the rotation is very lackluster at this point. So I think that might be our best option, kind of just calling up a team like the Dodgers, getting Roki Sasaki, and kind of doing it that way. So I might do that, but we shall see. All right, we're going to trade Seamus McDowell, Fernando Zambrano, and Pedro Escalona for Roki Sasaki. He's going to be about a 90 when we put him in the team. So, yeah, hopefully this deal plays out well for us. All right, we're going to trade Daniel Wright and Kai Bush for Mike Soroka. Turn him back to a starter. I think it's the last one we're going to do for now. I might make one more. I just have to find someone, so yeah. All right, we're going to trade Kendall George, Leo Dallas DeVries, and Luke Stevenson for Chris Bubik. This is the last deal we're going to make. I think this is definitely World Series or bust. So, yeah, we're hoping for the best here. All right. This seems crazy, but I do have a plan. We're going to trade Roki Sasaki to the Yankees for Antonio Iglesias, Jarvis Gage, and Aaron Judge. And I'm going to try to trade back for Roki. I don't know if it's going to go well, but we are going to try it. All right. Hate me if you want to, but I turned Roki Sasaki back into a closer. Jarvis Gage for Roki Sasaki straight up. That's the last deal I'm making. Oh, we got a generational talent at the 7 spot. Luis Escalera Wow. Wow. We are... If it goes to another year, this guy will be traded for generational player. I don't know who, but he'll be traded for someone amazing. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, pretty mid-draft class, but that takes the cake alone. So, yeah, we'll take it. All right, we finished 162 after having an amazing second half. Yeah, we had a bunch of guys leading a bunch of things. Vladdy with the what's it called? Batting title and the Hank Aaron. Aaron Judge here. I wanted to sign Bo Bichette, but he went to our division rival. And then Kyle Tucker in fourth. What a season. Judge with an 8.1. Tucker with a 6.9. Vlad with a 6.8. Definitely great moves. I mean, Luis Robert, 4.7, had a great year. Kyle Teal with a 4.6, up to an 86. Who else? Colson Montgomery, 3.6. Not bad. Evan Carter with a 3.4. Actually hit pretty well. He was only in the lineup against righties, so kind of set him up for success, and he did well, so we'll take it. Chris Bubik with a 4.1. Hell of a year from him. Who else do we have? Shane Smith with a 2.5. I don't think Soroka and what's his name were up long enough. Grant Taylor. They weren't starters long enough. Jordan Leisure, though, did a great job. I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know who that is because I do, but Hank Aaron goes to Vlad. MVP goes to Kyle Tucker. Batting title goes to Vlad. Look at that. Look at that. We just made the Chicago White Sox elite 3 years after having the worst record in the MLB and of all time, I'm pretty sure. So, Grant Taylor, just a casual 50 save season. Hell of a job from him. Yeah. But that being said, let's go put the the roster together for the playoffs, and then we'll hop in. All right, we are taking on the Mariners. Roki versus Brian Wu, game 1 is a loss. Bubik versus Kirby, game 2 is a win. Soroka versus Gilbert, game 3 is a loss. Smith versus Castillo is a win. Game 5, Burke versus Wu. I'm actually going to go fix the rotation. I do want Roki on the bump for this game, so fix the rotation and then hop in. All right, Bubik is on the bump instead. Bubik versus Wu is a W, a 1-run W. I'm going to go fix the rotation, then we're going to hop back in. All right, we are taking on the Rays. Roki Sasaki versus Shane Baz, game 1 with a win. Bubik on short rest versus Drew is a win. Soroka versus McClanahan is a win. Smith versus Baz for the sweep is a win. Wow, nice little sweep. We're taking on the Dodgers. I'm going to go fix the rotation. We'll look at the roster, and then we will hop in. All right, so this isn't our best, I would say, because, you know, top 5 guys, top 6 guys. Oh, man, did we even pass? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let me do some math here. Oh. So what I am going to do is I'm going to have to call up Brooks Baldwin, and then I'm going to have to get rid of one of our guys from the playoff roster. I think it's going to be Evan Carter. Yeah, it's going to have to be Evan Carter. It's unfortunate, but it's the only way to get 19, so sorry, Evan Carter, you will not be winning a ring. That's the first time we've had that happen, because 18 divided by 26 is only 69%. Like I said, we could just, round up to 70, but for the purposes of this, I do want it to be as accurate. 19 is a 73%, which is not good, but it is passing. So, that being said, let's hop into this and let's go win the World Series. All right, game 1, Roki versus Shohei is a W. Bubik versus Yamamoto, game 2 is a W. Soroka versus Snell, game 3 is a W. We have a chance for a sweep, which is nuts. Shane Smith is going to be on the bump for this one. We do have the better record by 7 games. So, yeah. That being said, Shane Smith on the bump. Let's see if we can just get this done nice and easily. That would obviously be nice if we could get a Shane Smith sweep kind of game. Beautiful way to get out of that jam. We put up 1. Shane Smith throws up a 0. Beautiful. Gives up a single and then a stolen base. How do you give up a stolen base to Freddie Freeman in the World Series? Respectfully.
Ball 4, take your base.
Okay. So Shane Smith is, getting hit around a lot. They're going to score another one. Alright. Shane Smith might not have much left in the tank. Yeah, he's done. Just not the performance we're looking for. We're going to go to Hagen Smith out of the bullpen. And he can get us out of the inning, so we'll take that.
Take your base, ball 4.
Double play, that's beautiful work. We put up one. Alright, we bring it close, and Hagen Smith immediately gives one up. He's done. He is done. Bring in Gilbert. Stolen base. Another stolen base. Alright. I am going to hop in. We're down 2. They got Phil Maton on the bump. Let's give ourselves a chance to winning this one and just completing the sweep nice and easily, which would be nice, but obviously if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So, yeah, with that being said, I think we can do a job here. At least I'm hoping we can, so, yeah, let's see. Let us see. They are going to bring in Ben Joyce. Alright. Brent Rooker is at the plate. We got 6, 7, 8. But Ben Joyce, honestly, I don't think he's very good in this game. He's on yellow energy already. So this might be where we have to take advantage. Especially if he's going to be wild like this. This is definitely where we need to take advantage of it. Come on, Brent. Nope. 103 is crazy, though. 103. Just casually. While tired. Controller's down. And he's going to walk me. Alright. So that is going to bring tying run to the plate. Which is close to Montgomery. But he is only hitting 156. And Ben Joyce did throw 4 straight. We're going to take the first one. Oh, Blue, don't give him that. Come on. Don't give him that. Alright. Let's see if he's going to stay in the zone here. I doubt that he does. No, he does not. Which is, pretty much exactly what I just predicted, so yay to me. Like I said, though, if he's going to be wild, we'll take it. If he wants to load the bases, gladly accept that. That ball's got to get sent by me. That's on me. That is the one. That is the pitch that everyone dreams of in this game. Nope.
Ball.
That's going to be ball 2, though. Make him work a little bit. Make him have to throw strikes. That is the goal. No, I'm just off that. Alright. It's going to be out number 1. Not tagging it, obviously, because, it's Brent at first base. I don't trust him. We do have Benintendi up, who I did, put into fill Evan Carter's spot in this lineup, and that's a pop-up. Alright. That is not what we needed to see. We have 2 outs. Ben Joyce has bounced back after that first walk. Miguel Vargas. If Vargas can get a hit here, we're in a great spot. Because we do have the top of the lineup coming up, and that's where the damage is going to get done. Got guys like Judge, Vlad, and Kyle Tucker ready to go. So if Miguel Vargas can just get on base, we will be in a great spot. I don't remember who the one hitter is. It might be Luis Robert. I don't know, though. That's a good spot. That's a good spot. Miguel Vargas against his former team. He was a Dodger at one point, I'm pretty sure. And then they traded him away. I don't even remember for what. Michael Kopech, I think. I think that's who they got for him. 2-2, though. He's hit 2 phenomenal spots. Just absolute pitcher's pitches. Oh, 101. Does that got enough? I don't think it does. It does have enough. We have a tie ball game. Miguel Vargas said, "You shouldn't have traded me. Thank you very much." And we have a tie ball game. They're going to the pen. Thank you, Ben Joyce. Speaking of Michael Kopech, they just brought him in. It's Lenin Sosa. Alright, that's who our one hitter is. And I'm going to ground out with him because I got really jumpy. So, we do tie the ball game up. I need our pitching. Our bullpen is not very strong, in my opinion. They need to come through. So, that being said, we are going to hop back into the quick manage. Tyler Gilbert immediately walks someone. I don't want to bring Grant Taylor. Let's bring in Ellard and hope for the best. Another single. An error. Grand slam or something's coming soon. Yep, 2 runs.
Ball
and
four,
that is
take your
unfortunately going to be ball game. I'm going to obviously, try. They're going to bring in Vesia. We have 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, but who knows? Who knows? Let's try it. Vladdy, only 95 off the bat. That's not... Yeah, that doesn't have enough. It looks like we are going to be heading towards a Game 5. Not ideal, obviously, but unless Aaron Judge can do something here, I don't foresee us making a comeback.
Hey.
It's a good four seam. That is a good
0-1
four
is
seam.
the count.
Judge 0 for 2 in this one. We don't like to see that. I need him to step up here. He is our big hitter on this team. And he steps up. I don't think that was a strike. Don't think that was a strike, but he does smoke it for a home run. If only we didn't give up 3 runs in the bottom of the inning, we would be fine here, but we have 2 more to try to get. Kyle Tucker is great against lefties in this game. And he's going to potentially get that one. Wow, that ball dies at the wall. That was smoked. Kyle Teal, I don't think there's much you can do. That ball, I cannot put a better swing on it than that. That ball is smoked. That's got to be a hit. That's going to be ball game. All right, we'll see you in Game 5. I think it's still here at their place. Like I said, 3-run, bottom of the 8th didn't help. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in Game 5. All right, we are going to have Roki Sasaki on the bump for this one. I trust him a little bit more. So, offense doesn't get anything going. Roki against his former team. Good start. We put up 6. Beautiful, Roki. Just hold on to it here. Just hold on to it. That's what I like to see, Roki. That's what I like to see, Roki. Come on. They're going to get a double.
Take your base. Ball 4.
Roki works out of it. Triple. They're going to get at least 1 from this.
Take your base.
Yeah, he's
Ball
done.
4,
He's done.
Take your base.
Who do we trust in this situation? I think I got to go with Noah Schultz here. They're going to score 1. They scored... I mean, they only scored 2 from that. And we answered right back with it. So, beautiful.
3. Take your base. Ball 4.
Come on.
Ball
Come
4,
on.
take your
Noah. Not like this, buddy.
3.
Thank you. We put up 2 more.
Ball 4,
Noah just
take
have a
your
good
base.
inning here. Beautiful work. And with that, we have a disgusting lead. Grant Taylor in the game. Ground out, strikeout. We're going to hop in for the final out. Team just went off. I mean, we did put together an amazing lineup. I think we might have been able to get this done with a couple less players, but I think the team really kind of needed as much help as possible. So, yeah, 19 out of 26 is not bad. As long as we can get this last out here, we should be fine.
Yeah.
All right, they got Suarez up.
No balls. 1 strike.
See if we can sit him down. There we go. Good spot. Good spot. Now finish him off right here. And we do. We are World Series champions for the first time since 2005, I'm pretty sure. Absolutely destroyed Shohei. Colson Montgomery, player of the game, Roki Sasaki with the win. Did a great job, so. Yeah, we got it done. 19 out of 26 isn't great. It is actually the worst possible. And it moves them to dead last behind the Nationals. So, yeah, that being said, who won the awards? Benintendi World Series MVP, Judge playoff MVP. So, bringing Benintendi for the playoffs. He was 5 for 5 in that last game. How did he not win player of the game? Yeah, that being said, bringing Benintendi was definitely the right move. Judge with 7 home runs during the postseason. Lenin Sosa with a ton of home runs. So, yeah, that being said, we got the job done. 19 out of 26. That being said, thank you guys, as always, for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.